our comments have exploded through the roof. So there you go.
Christmas plans sometimes involve flight delays. If you're flying, we had a little failure to launch here to get the show off the ground, but it is 2:00-ish.
Let's be
Monday
clear.
in
It wasn't the
Lancaster.
fault of our guests.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
That's kind of you.
You were here on time. You're fully prepared. I see the notes.
Ready.
It's fantastic. This gadget of doom here was vexing me. It'll be similar to what most people do for Christmas. Like,
Yes.
right? You spend all that time when you do the Christmas presents for your kids and you plug the batteries in at 11:35 at night, and then the truck horn goes off or the baby doll squeaks. You're like, oh my gosh, don't ruin it for some. And then it all worked, and then Christmas morning it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that was like being reminded of what having young kids is like, because we don't have young kids.
We do not. I remember the days of like being up until 1 a.m. putting together like a dollhouse.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Feels like a long time.
Yeah. So anyway, Michelle, Kristen, thank you for joining us from Seeds.
Absolutely.
We'll have you kick the show off here in a minute. You have the big discount to talk about for the show watchers for the holiday week. So
They're not talking about the discount. They're just spinning the wheel.
Right. So we'll get there in just a minute. But yeah, Lancaster Connects brought to you by Gardeners and Mattress and More. Every Monday, we go live to shine light on the community, those who are doing good. So we're going to be talking about all the good that Seeds does here in the Lancaster area this week. But my mattress buying tip for you is not to reduce stress, because you can feel it coming through the screen right now. So that was my tip last week. This week, it is to understand that the words firm and plush are very old terms. Sleeping flat on a mattress is a very old way to sleep. There are now newer things like adjustable bed bases, and they're even newer than that, less snore, more cuddle sleep systems, where you get the benefit of custom position without sacrifice, without the way your grandparents might have slept in 2 twin beds, and then they put it together when it was time to further their lineage and bring forth your parents. So we don't have to do any of that. Now it's less snore, more cuddle, and it's custom position, custom comfort. Basically, my mattress buying tip for you this week is no compromise. There's no reason to compromise anymore. Right. There's none. You get to have all the position you want, all the comfort and support you want in the bed, no sleep divorce. You get to love your spouse, have all the fun, have all the comfort, have all the sleep. Less pain, extend your life, turn back the hands of time on the clock of time.
We know what you're saying.
This quick launch of the show has made me
it's all good.
Tongue-tied, which is rare.
I feel like it's more less rare on Lancaster Connects. The tongue-tied happens.
It is, yeah. But anyway, you get all the custom position you want. You feel great, and there's no sacrifice. And so we're really great at that. We're helping you find that right fit. You can read all of our testimonials. In fact, Google has aggregated some of those words as to no pressure, lots of education, really heard me out. So you can check that out on our reviews. And I think we might be one away from 600. So if you're watching and one of our fans, and we've earned the right to have a review from you, help us get over that hump to 600 reviews. With that said, it is time to kick off the show. Michelle, Kristen, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
The power is in your hands. And so with all the will to smooth out the speed bumps of launching the show a little late, giving the people of Lancaster the most amazing discount for the week of Christmas.
Yes.
On the count of 3, the power is going to come through your microphone.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
Spin that wheel.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Well done, Kristen.
That was
well done.
I like the spin on that. That was good.
Thanks.
Brought your own style to it.
I did.
I don't think we've had that one yet, have we?
Yeah, no. Free 20-minute massage in our massage chairs. No purchase needed.
Ooh.
So as you're shopping, maybe at our wonderful neighbors, Van Scoy, Maurer and Bash Jewelers, for all those jewelry needs for Christmas, pop in, get a massage, decompress.
Very nice.
Relax.
That's perfect. Yeah.
As you're across from Park City, maybe pop in over here. If you're down the road at our competitors, you're dead to us. No, just kidding. You can come in too from them. You'll need that de-stressing by coming to our no pressure environment.
Well done. I like it.
Ben, why don't you talk about our guests?
Yeah. So actually, our final guests of 2025. We have one more Monday, but that is our year-end recap next week with the Lancaster Connects Awards. But today we have in studio Michelle and Kristen.
Yes.
Michelle Kime and Kristen Hershey from Conestoga Valley SEEDS. I'm not going to tell you what Conestoga Valley SEEDS is. You're going to tell us what Conestoga Valley SEEDS is. Welcome to Lancaster Connects.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
This is also the first show with 2 guests in studio, which is pretty cool. We've done maybe 2 months worth of 1-person guests, and now we can do 2-person guests. So this is
and it would
fun
seem
episode.
We need to purchase a new doodad.
Yeah,
that happen.
This, I trust in the device, but not today. It just didn't go today.
I want a football kick it out the back of the parking lot.
All right, so let's learn about Conestoga Valley SEEDS. Maybe share the story of how it began and a little bit of your mission and what you do.
Yeah. So even just jumping back to your comment about 2 of us being here, we are co-directors, which is unique in the nonprofit world. And we'll kind of get to that in a little bit. But SEEDS exists to cultivate a healthy and thriving Conestoga Valley community. We focus on 3 key areas of health, education, and housing. And to give you a little bit of a backstory, we really are the brainchild of school social worker Katie Reiff from the Conestoga Valley School District. So shout out to Katie Reiff,
Katie.
Rock star. At the time in 2018, Katie Reiff was the only school social worker K-12 in the school district and was seeing that needs were growing and growing, and the needs were beyond the school district. So it really needs needed to be addressed, and a nonprofit just seemed like a good way to just walk alongside a school district and partner with families and so forth. And she had seen that other neighboring school districts like Pequea Valley School District had the Factory Ministries, Garden Spot School District had CrossNet Ministries, and so forth throughout the county. And so she was like, we got to do this. We got to make this happen. And I happened to be, way to go, Katie is right. And so I happened to be a part of that initial group of people. It was, I believe, around 7 or 8 of us went around and spent 2 to 3 years because COVID was in there. And we met with every executive director and sat down, asked questions, really just learned from them what worked, what didn't work. And as a result of that, we came back to the table and we said, we really can't replicate anything that anyone else is doing here. Our needs in Conestoga Valley are specific to CV, just like the other school districts have specific needs. And so that's where health, education, and housing came out of. Just the research we did, the surveys that we gave to the community, and just the watching and learning that took place. And so jumping forward a little bit, October of 2022, yes, 2022 was when we officially became a 501c3. There is another nonprofit in Conestoga Valley called CVCCS. They do food bank and clothing bank. And so we initially went to them and said, there are additional needs in the community. Would you guys like to take that on? They said they wanted to focus on food and clothing. And then we just said, then we're going to exist also. So we've been working in that time to create a nice partnership between the 2 of us. We can refer participants to one another. We both have partnerships with the school district. Yes. And so they are doing food bank and clothing bank. We can send participants their way and vice versa. So that's been a great thing. In that time when we became a 501c3, Michelle and I were board president and vice president at the time. And we're basically just doing it volunteer. And it was going great, and growth was just kind of happening right from the start. And about a year and a half or so into that, it was January 2024, our board turned to us and said, would you guys like to be the first hires as co-directors?
That's cool.
And so we really just formed our roles out of our skill sets, and we just really, I think, match each other well. Her strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa. And so we then moved into those paid positions. And so we stepped out of our board roles, and those roles were filled by other community members, and we now report to our board.
Yeah, great structure. and great story of starting.
Mm.
So again, kudos to Katie Reiff
Yeah, for sure.
starting it, seeing the need. That's a theme we often talk about here. Time, talent, treasure. When you see something, hear something on our show and you connect with it, please do step up in some way. And Katie stepped up in a big way to get the ball rolling for her students. And now here we are today. And, charity's getting to a paid executive director role. I think some people might hear that and say, oh, well, now my dollar doesn't go as far to impact. But that's not necessarily true, is it? Because what happens? Do you want to share where your focus now goes as opposed to just being a volunteer with some extra time?
Yeah, I mean, once you start to pay someone and they can devote scheduled time each week, Michelle's actually bumping up to closer to 40 hours a week here in 2026.
Yeah.
And I'll be right around 20 hours a week. And so we can really just pour into the mission and vision of SEEDS and really build programs, build services offered. And so.
Yeah, it allows us when we hear of a gap or when we hear of needs to be able to fully build into how can we connect with people to the different needs and resources that are around.
Yeah, wonderful.
You mentioned CrossNet Ministries. I'm looking over your shoulder there. CrossNet was a organization we highlighted in 2022.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, they're incredible.
You said they're a garden spot community?
Yes.
Yeah.
Garden Spot School District.
That's awesome. The name SEEDS, where did that come from? It sounds symbolic.
Yeah, it's a great question. We really took a lot of time to come up with our name. We did not rush that. I think it was a good solid year of meeting as a board and not rushing that process. We wanted this to be a name that really would withstand the test of time. We knew our colors would be red and blue for Conestoga Valley. That was an easy decision, but we really landed on SEEDS kind of just organically. We liked that the image of a seed really is planted into the ground, and then other nutrients and sunlight and water really make it grow. And so we don't have to have all those answers or even all that knowledge. If we just plan it and connect the dots, it'll happen. And so we just like the symbolism of that. And so SEEDS is actually an acronym. And so it is our core values. So the first S is for selfless love. E is for empowerment. The second E is for equity. D is for deliberate partnership, and S is for stewardship. And so there's more of a description of all of that on our website, but that is really at the core of who we are.
That's very good. No, you didn't have to look at your notes. You got it right.
Ooh, I honed in. I might be sweating a little, but I got it.
I'm sweating if there's a test. I don't know that I got all 5 memorized.
I might have had this elevator speech a few times in my life.
Thank you, Chris, for bringing those up there.
Yeah, they are.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, that's it's great that you're working together, reach that level of executive director. You're dialed in on mission and values that guide you. I like the color thing. That's very cool. And so there's other aspects of your work. You do ESL support for adults. So let's talk about that and share what ESL is and how it benefits the kids and the community.
Yeah. So our ESL program was our first program that we started. We started that back when we were still working as volunteers. There are 42 different languages in Conestoga Valley School District,
Wow.
which we love. We love that diversity. We love the ability to learn from our neighbors and to connect with neighbors. But within that, kiddos, of course, get English class at school. And then we were finding it was a gap that parents did not have the same ability to access classes and to learn English, which would help them connect to the community, connect to neighbors, engage with their, engage with.
Chris is on it.
He's on it. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's our winter programming. When we had our first class, it was 7 adults and 9 kids. We now cap it at 35 adults.
Wow.
And we reach our cap each
you're
time.
filling that up each time.
It's filled up each time. Part of that is anytime we start a program, we try to look at what barriers would be there that a family or participant couldn't access the program. And then we look at ways to remove that. And so with our ESL program, we offer free childcare. We offer free transportation. The class is free. And then a meal. We share a meal together before each of our programs and each of our class, just as a way to connect They are for sure about learning English, but they are much more than that. They are about building community and learning from one another outside of just the language. And so connecting over a shared meal is a big way to do that. Connecting over transportation when you're riding in a car together is a good way to do that. And so, yeah, that was our very first program.
And I don't know that we said it, but ESL stands for English as Second Language.
Correct.
Did
Yes.
we say that?
We might not have. Yes, it was assumed. Sorry.
Yeah. And if we did, it would be Jeff would have HSL, hearing as second language. Anyway, which I sometimes need. But no, ESL, English is second language.
Yes.
I like that you break bread together. That's always cool, right? Whenever you gather, team meetings, sports event.
Yeah.
It's always cool to have a meal.
Yeah.
Do any of the families bring in maybe a native meal?
They have.
The short answer is yes.
So
the long answer is incredible bakers.
Incredibly good food.
Incredible cooks, all from scratch.
That's so cool.
When bread comes, it's not a loaf. It's like
homemade, all
loaves.
kinds of everything. Amazing.
So what's been the most interesting meal?
There's been soup, which
yeah.
I would not be able to pronounce the name. Is
Okay, right.
Borscht, maybe from Russia.
Borscht.
From some of our Russian families. Incredible. All kinds of. We have several of our women are incredible bakers. One of them, we have always a graduation at the end of ESL. So there's a fall class and a spring class and then some winter programming in between. And she asked if she could make a cake. And so this incredible 3-tiered mango, passion fruit, frosted. It's amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
If I
Show
throw
up.
$100 a class, can I come just for the meal?
Yeah, for sure.
Some of these ladies are also starting their own businesses and
so
are
cool.
doing great things to just
all of these
share their
classes
gifts.
happen because of volunteers. So you can absolutely come.
Yeah.
You can volunteer. You can
There
be
you
in
go.
transportation. You can help
Talent.
in childcare.
Time and talent.
All the things.
Yep.
Yeah. To do one 6-week session of our ESL classes, which they meet every Tuesday and Thursday twice a week. So they were doing a lot of classes. It takes 190 volunteer slots.
Oh, okay.
So there's
wow.
about 60 to 70 individuals who fill all those spots because someone teaches maybe every Monday or maybe helps 3 different times in childcare. But it takes a lot of volunteers. And so we're incredibly grateful for our community and how they've stepped up and just been a part of connecting with their neighbors in this way.
Yeah. See, and what you just shared there, it takes 190 volunteer slots to do 6 weeks of programming.
Yeah.
To me, that's the difference of, and this is not to knock volunteer organizations that don't have executive teams or leadership teams, but it is the difference in longevity. It is the difference in depth of impact and sustaining impact. Because at the end of the day, when you're volunteering, you do have a finite amount of time because you have to, you likely need to work
Right.
to support your own family, which is important, paramount. Because you can't do good for others if you're in need and struggle. Right. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's really great that just a few years in, here we are already leading in a really impactful way. So good for you all. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have any stories of anybody that was impacted by going through an ESL class?
Yeah. There's 2 stories that come straight to my mind. Our very, very first class, we connected with these 7 adults. One of them was a family who had been new to our country for about 3 weeks. And so we were one of their first points of contact.
Oh, wow.
And so now we call them dear friends. But they were from one of the elementary schools in the classes, learning everything. One of the other families was from a different elementary school. Both of them Spanish speaking, but from different countries.
Okay.
But they became fast friends. Their kids became fast friends. Through that, one of the families actually moved. They're neighbors now. They vacation together. Their kids ride the bus together. This one family helped this one get a job at her work of employment. So it's been a beautiful gift to see community, depth of relationship grow, just even common experiences as they walk alongside each other in this new space here.
Right. And had they not had that opportunity
They
through the
wouldn't know
ESL
each
class, they
other.
wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Connection
their
would never
kids
have
are
been made.
best of friends. They help with childcare for each other when one has to work, something that we take for granted. I have family locally, so I had that ability for me, and now they have each other to help with childcare as they work. And so these
important.
are just precious gifts. One of the other ones that came across just because I saw one of the photos, there was one of the women at our ESL graduation in a beautiful blue outfit that she wore. And we learned at that graduation that she had made it. And that her home country, she was a nurse as well as a seamstress. And so when one of the teachers overheard her saying that she had made that dress, she went and there she is. Look at that. She went and found through networking a new sewing machine and brought it to her.
Oh, wow.
And so now that's kind of part of our stewardship in that final S. It's stewardship of our neighbors' gifts and talents.
Yeah.
As we learn what their gifts and talents are, whether it's in the ESL, whether it's in the housing, whether it's all of our neighbors we're partnering with, is then how can we get them resources and tools to be able to use all the gifts and talents that they have within them.
So cool.
Yeah. Very neat. Very neat. So you do obviously the ESL, but we didn't really talk about the three that you focus on: health, education, and housing.
Yeah.
And so how does that, education, I think is obvious to most people. You're a charitable group supporting the school. So education is natural extension, but how does housing and health fit in? And what are some of those gaps and challenges you see locally?
Yeah. When we talk about housing, so the CV school district is number 2 in Lancaster County in homelessness.
Wow.
We have the hotels there along Lincoln Highway, which are multiple bus stops for families in our district. And so when we look at housing, that was one of the gaps that Katie Reiff and the other social workers were seeing. So we partner heavily with the district when they are overwhelmed. Katie is now one of 3. So since that time, there have been 2 additional social workers added, which we are grateful for. But we partner heavily with them, just how we can walk alongside some of the families that need more in-depth care. We partnered with the factory ministries to hire our next staff. So it's Kristen and I, and we have a part-time staff named Mira, and she is an adult advocate. And so she meets regularly with families who are in need of housing security.
Yeah. So maybe for people hearing this, you said, we have families in the hotels along 30. And, some might think, well, but they have a place to stay. How is that homeless?
Yeah.
Why do you classify that as homeless? Like, what are the pitfalls there of living in a hotel?
Yeah. So, it's a family of 4, a family of 5 in a hotel room full time. That's intense.
Yeah.
That's not stable. It's rent or paying your hotel bill is incredibly expensive. These are hardworking families. It is between the cheapest ones that we can find are like $450 a week
per week.
Wow.
Can go up to $700 a
Wow.
week is pretty
So
typical.
$1,800 a month.
It fluctuates in the summer months too.
And basically a
just with
room,
tourism.
no.
And
Right.
just a room
Yeah.
and, a microwave
Yeah.
and a mini fridge.
Yeah.
And so you can only shop for what can fit in the fridge, and you can only cook what could be in like a crock pot or a microwave. And so hard to even get affordable food.
Right.
Hard to,
Can't really buy healthy food in bulk.
it's hard to do all of those
At
things.
least produce.
Yeah. One of the programs that we've started kind of because of that in partnership with one of the local churches, Zion Lutheran, that has a gym, is refreshing recreation. And so seeing the need for families to run, to get out of a hotel room, the first Saturday of each month, they come, we share breakfast together, kind of a made to order breakfast. There's a little menu made and the kids can order, how do you want your eggs done? All the
Cool.
things like that. Do you want whipped cream on your pancakes? All the kinds of,
Yes.
right? Strawberries added,
Always.
all the fun things. And then they can run. They can run in the gym. They can find connection. Like, I'm not the only kid, because we don't advertise, right? No one's advertising I live in a hotel.
Right.
So they can see that someone else in their school is in the same situation. Yeah, Sky Zone just gifted us a Christmas party for our refreshing recreation crew.
The kids
So
had no fun with that.
It was, I mean,
Right. They were like, this is the
crazy,
most
right?
boring thing ever.
the worst. Yeah. So that's a fun program of just a way of connecting. And then the parents sit together and don't feel alone. They're sharing resources that they've learned or tricks of the trade or crock pot recipes or things like that. And so it's a gift that way to connect with them.
The other thing that I'm sure you know that people watching and listening might not know is when you are housing in a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
what you don't have is tenant landlord rights and
Right.
protections.
Right.
You're at,
Right.
at the mercy of hotel law,
Correct.
which is in no way favorable.
Yep.
You highlighted one of those things in that summer rates
Right.
price goes
Spike.
up.
Mhm.
You know, when you have a lease as a tenant, you have a protection of same rent
Yeah.
throughout your lease.
Yep.
I'm sure there's others, but
Mhm.
I know that one
Yeah.
exists.
And
but-
even when applying for a new apartment, when you're listing last landlord,
yeah, Super
Nothing to
8
list.
or
Yeah.
whatever,
Right.
it's not.
right. And so we even try to step in with those that we can write some of those letters, like we are walking alongside them. They've gone through a program. You can trust them. We will
Oh,
continue to walk
very
with them.
nice.
And that helps with a new landlord to take a risk on them.
One other pieces too with that community connection is we became outreach workers with East Lampeter Township.
Mhm.
They shared the opportunity for us to get funding from them. And so we used some of our time and hours to actually go out to these hotels and introduce ourselves, build a relationship, explaining who we are, what we do, kind of trying to empower them so that it's not always criminalized. You know, if someone's overextending their stay, you know, maybe the police don't need to be the first call. And so we provide hygiene kits to the hotels filled with a lot of personal care products and then information about us, our services, and some other important contacts in the community so that, you know, that's an easy handoff to an individual or a family to say, hey, you know, could you use something like this? And then it empowers them to kind of take that next step without assuming or jumping to conclusions. But that's been a nice way to just get word out to our community about who we are and what we do. Because it's a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome. How about the health aspect?
Yeah.
So we talked about housing. How are you impacting
Yeah.
health?
So we partner with Union Community Care.
Oh, we had them on the show too.
Okay.
Yay.
When was that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think in 2024. I don't think they were this year's show. I think it was last year.
Yeah. So they're in our space.
Okay. Yeah.
And they come the first and third Thursdays of every month from 1 to 4. Anyone can walk in, can connect with them, and can access their wealth of information on all kinds of things connected with health. One of our things, which is why the D is there in deliberate partnership, is we don't need to know all the answers. We don't need to recreate the wheel. There's so many incredible organizations out there and so many people doing great, great work, which you have had them on here.
Yep.
And so just we can learn about them and then can connect participants to them and what people are already doing. We don't need to become doctors.
Experts.
Sure.
We don't need to do all that.
Let the experts handle that.
Let's bring them into our space. There's so many, especially in the city, and we're just on the outskirts of the city. And so we say we don't need to recreate the wheel, but the spikes need to reach out to Conestoga Valley right now. And so we'll just help to bring some of them out to us.
That's awesome. I think they were an early 2025 show that you probably weren't on.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I think they were early 2025. So we'll have a new poster here
So cool.
early in
I love it.
2026 for 2025.
Yeah, then we have to decide which one comes down.
So we can just, expand out.
We can. Well, I think the plan was to put them out in the showroom.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. On.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a high class problem to
That's
not
right.
remember all of the podcast guests.
Yeah.
This is 226 episodes,
That's great. That's
so it
great.
wouldn't be reasonable to remember everyone.
No.
Sorry to Union Healthcare, but I wasn't here. I was helping my wife.
We just gave them an
with some of
extra
her
shout
health
out.
needs.
So all good.
Exactly.
Yep.
What are the kinds of things that Union Healthcare does for your folks that you take care of?
Yeah. So they will work with someone on a sliding scale. So depending on what your income is, they can see you whether you have insurance or don't have insurance, and just connect you to, they have a pharmacy, they have eye care, dental care, your regular doctor, physician care, and can make those connections at whatever kind of scale you're able to handle, which is a gift.
It's awesome.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
There they are.
So, my notes are telling me that you have a new dedicated space.
We
Is that right?
do. Yeah.
You're not excited at all about it.
We're so grateful.
Tell us about
I didn't
your
know
new
what was
space.
coming because
Yeah.
we do have a lot of new stuff
Yeah.
happening. So I'm like, which new thing
Yeah.
is he going to unravel? So in April, well, actually back it up a little bit. Our board had been dreaming about, we had been previously running programs out of a local church, Faith Church, who was just so kind and generous to us, not charging us rent, anything like that, and walking alongside some of our programming. And so we knew that we were outgrowing that space, right? The church has other ministries, other renters. And so we were limited the nights, the times, like all the things. And so the board was like, we got to start to dream about this. And honestly, it was kind of like a 2026, like
goal.
We're going to research in 2025. And then in 2026, we're going to get our space. Yeah. And then things just started rolling, right? Wow. The right space opens up. Michelle drives by, sees a for lease sign.
I'm like,
we talk to the board. The board says, take a tour. We take a tour, and it's like newly renovated, and the price is amazing, and there's room to grow. And
that's awesome.
So we stepped into renting the space at 1865 Lincoln Highway East, right along that Lincoln Highway strip, just up from Walmart in East Lampeter Township. And so one of our desires was to be along a bus route. So we checked that off the list. The room to grow, checked that off the list. And it just really felt like a right fit. So we got our keys in April, and then with the gift and blessing of the Clark Foundation, the timing of that was beautiful. We had just kind of moved in the direction, we're going to get a space, so let's add the stuff that we'll need to this Clark grant. And so that grant paid for everything you see in that space.
Wow.
From tables to chairs to decor to plants to, we wanted it to be cozy and sort of like a homey vibe, so that when someone steps off of the street and into that space, it just feels like they can
breathe,
just like settle, just breathe for a moment, and just
like they're with friends.
They're with friends.
They're walking into a home.
It's safe.
Not sterile, not an office, not DMV.
Yep. So we have a very, I would say we have a pretty good homey vibe. And so it was just such a gift, even the timing of that paid for everything. And so that's, again, where we just try to work smarter and not harder. The more we can connect and let people use the gifts that they have or the resources that they have, it's like a win-win for everyone. And that's been such a gift to us in these years.
That's awesome.
It's what allows us to do something like having Union Community Care there 2 days a week, what allows us to have now daytime English classes that we can start, adding a game night in the winter months where we gather our ESL families together and we say, only English allowed, no childcare, we all play games together. Like fun things like that we can be creative of ways to connect. The space allows that. So we're grateful.
That's so cool.
And our programming does include more than the English classes. Michelle mentioned about refreshing recreation. We also offer occupational therapy services. That's in partnership with Elizabethtown College. We've offered several just educational nights or evenings where folks from the school district would come and inform parents maybe about IEPs or how to get registered to play soccer, or what do I do if my kid misses school? Oh, you have to hand in an excuse card. Like these are things that we grew up in this culture, so we know what to do as parents. But when you're completely new to a situation, which could be you or I, right? If we went to a different country, we wouldn't know all these little things. And so just to be able to have this space to provide these resources to families has been amazing. And we also have a furniture and household good ministry. That's another new thing I wasn't sure if you were going to mention, but a local business just wanted to reach out and serve before Christmas, Brentwood Homes, Brentwood Builders. And they said, is there something we could do? And we have a basement storage room that they painted the floors and built the shelving, assembled it for us. And now when families are working with Mira, who we talked about earlier, or Michelle, and they have a need, say they're in an appointment and they say, my Brita water filter just broke. We can go downstairs into this store-like space, and it's set up almost like a little mini Walmart, and all of these items have been donated. And we can just kind of, again, help them save money and use that money towards something else and bless them. So
one of the ways that started is when families are moving out of a hotel into an apartment, which is the goal.
They have nothing.
You don't, what do you take with you? Right. And so people donating beds, sofas, household goods, plates, pots and pans. It's a space where they can come and fulfill those needs without an extra cost and expense.
Yep.
What are the details for donation if somebody had some items to donate?
Great question. So they're going to actually connect with me, Kristen at seedcv.com, shout out. And you can also go to our website for more information. But they're going to connect with me. They're going to let me know the items that they have. It's best if you can, we prefer if you can send a picture. So if you can email that picture so we understand size. And we are a little bit still limited with space. This idea actually started at Zion Lutheran Church in Leola. They have a garage and a storage shed. And so in this process, we're going to probably more than likely have the larger furniture items there, but these household goods in our office space. And so I just always need to make sure I can take it. And so I can't always, because sometimes it's feast or famine, right? We either have like a ton of stuff waiting to go out or 3 families that are transitioning to a space and we need to make it happen. So
and I'll say it so you don't have to, and you don't have to be diplomatic about it. Please make sure it's in good working condition. Please make sure it's something you would enjoy to receive. Please make sure it's safe. You know, like if you decided to put it in the basement 3 years ago because it sparked in your outlet,
it's not a good donatable item.
Let's not donate that to people who are trying to get a hand up. They don't need to. They don't need to meet the firefighters of Conestoga Valley.
That's right.
At their newly leased apartment that Seeds went and vouched for them.
Right.
Good point.
We appreciate that.
So I'll say it that way.
Thank you.
Right?
And
because maybe you wouldn't want to say it that way. I'll say it that way.
Thank you. And we were just on the receiving end. You know, people get clever in our community. And so there was a group of colleagues that they do a gift exchange at Christmas. And instead of actually keeping the gifts, they gift the gifts.
That's cool.
And so they reached out and they asked what we could use. I said, let's do some household items. And so even the fact that the space has brand new items is a gift too. So if people are watching this and they're like, you know, I got something at Christmas, it's brand new, I don't really want it, like reach out to me.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Like it's a gift for people to feel that they're worthy of something new. Like
they are.
They are. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, we were not well off at all. And I remember going to school one time and hand-me-down clothes from Goodwill or wherever it was from. It was the popular kids' clothes.
And
I got picked on. Oh, that's my old shirt. Look at Jeff. His clothes. Right. So I know what that's like. So if you can donate nice stuff. If you get a gift card to a store you might not love, maybe reach out to Kristen and say, hey, could you use this gift card? And maybe you'll say, well, yes. And you can go spend it and then bring back those new items. Or you could go ask Kristen what they need, go bring it to them, or just bring them stuff, right? As you're clearing out, bring them good stuff that they can use.
That's amazing. And really it is just a wide range of, I mean, we will even take cleaning products and towels and linen, like really just anything.
For home. Anything
for
you
home.
need for home.
Board games, puzzles, like we want this to feel like home for a family.
So I just did this. Lancaster Food Hub was on the show. I lost a bunch of weight and I also got out of my business wardrobe. I used to be a guy that had to wear suits in a former life, and I don't wear suits anymore. But I donated that whole wardrobe to them, and they loved it because they said, you know, they don't specifically do job placement, but they connect like you do. You connect to other groups. And they said, we need this. We need, because one of the things they do work on is like job placement and interviews, and things like that. And so there's a connection there. And as I took it, it felt really good because the gentleman receiving it said, we need this kind of stuff. And, it felt good watching some of the labels of those suits go out. Like, I spent a lot of money on that. Somebody's going to really benefit. It's good. It felt a lot better than just dropping it off in some bin in a parking lot. Who knows what's going to happen to it. And sadly, some of that stuff ends up in like the packaging industry. It just gets ground up and the fibers get used in like packing blankets and packing materials. Look, the world needs that stuff, but I had some really nice suits. I'm really glad some people are going to get to use them.
It's a gift to them.
It's really nice that they'll get to use them and they'll look good and they'll feel good. So donate that soda stream, donate that really nice digital crock pot, donate a Keurig. But make sure it has the attachment for the ground coffee. So the little pods aren't so expensive. What else is nice to donate? What am I missing here? I'm helping you.
Yeah, silverware, plates,
Silverware,
tablecloths,
plates, nice
things
bowls,
like that.
mixing
Yeah,
bowls,
Yeah.
you can
a
make
lamp,
food,
The Foreman grill.
Shelves.
yeah.
foreman grill, a smoker, Traeger smoker.
There you go. There you go.
And
Blackstone.
honestly, even just some decor, like I know, like as you know, the mom, the wife of the house, like part of making that space a home is having just artwork on the wall or picture frames or a candle, like anything really that you would kind of give to Goodwill, we would accept.
Well, and it's that time of year too. Not
Right.
to belabor the point, but like it's that time of year where people, I think, kind of like, I want to declutter.
Yeah.
I want a fresh start in January.
Mm-hmm.
Use some of this time
That's
off.
right.
Get the stuff
That's
over
right.
here. Seeds. 1865 Lincoln Highway.
That's right.
You got it. That's
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah.
So that's up by the Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it was down by where we used to have our outlet store, but that's not. That's
Yeah, that was like
opposite ends.
2,000 or 3,000.
Almost
blocks or
across
something
the
like that.
street from Mellinger Mennonite or Bobby Bay's. Some people know Bobby Bay's, the sandwich shop.
Okay, I've seen that there. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a cool name for a sandwich shop.
I
Sounds
mean-
like I should know it.
Right. Anything else new that you'd like to talk about? You talk about your new location and
Yeah.
the new donation center. Anything else
Yeah.
new?
Yeah, two new kind of big things happening in the upcoming
Oh,
year.
cool.
We, in our English language classes, we have seen as we're growing, the families that we started with have continued to come, which we love, and their kids have continued to come, which we love, and they age. And our childcare was not geared for like middle school and high school.
Okay.
And so we were looking this last session. I'm like, shoot, we need a space for ping pong table,
Right.
foosball table, that age, because we want to continue to engage with them. These are our families. These are our neighbors. So we were kind of looking around and saw that the space right above us in the same building was still empty. And so I reached out to the landlord. It was still empty. Nobody wanting it. Reached out to the board at our board retreat, and they said, grab it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it.
That's awesome.
And so now in this upcoming year, we will now, as I'm getting ready for my next Clark grant again, add in things for monies for those kinds of things to have a space for our middle school and high school age kids.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, we'll see what new programming grows as a way to connect with them
That's
for
really cool.
tutoring, mentoring. But now they'll have a space that's theirs and isn't just Legos and board games,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit more for that age that needs to hit a ping pong ball, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So we're excited about
Mm-hmm.
that growth, the additional space that we will have to play around with new programming, and then the growth to engage with that age group a
And it's
little
great
bit
that it's
deeper.
under the same roof.
Under the same
It's
roof.
amazing.
Well, and
Perfect.
it's,
Yeah.
you know, that work is really important because
Yeah.
that age is where if things begin to languish or disconnect
Mm-hmm.
and those kids fall in with a group of kids that
Yeah.
maybe doesn't have their best interest at heart,
Yeah.
maybe isn't the most upstanding group of kids, they just kind of fall into that bad circle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they do so not because they're bad kids. They do so
Right.
because they want acceptance,
Right.
right?
And when we're working with families who've been through traumatic things,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's in the housing field, whether it's in our ESL field, they're all families who've had hard things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so to continue to engage with these kids as they're processing some of that in these middle school and high school ages, when it's already hard ages anyway,
Mm-hmm.
these are hard years to begin with. And then if you bring in other kinds of trauma, that's tough. So we're
Mhm.
grateful for this space that we can designate
Mhm.
to this group of kids.
You've brought up the Clark Foundation a couple of times. Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. So they are a local business. Well, the restaurant store and webstaurant.com. They are located in Conestoga Valley,
Mhm.
right in East Lampeter Township along the old Philadelphia Pike.
Right, 340.
They have
Mhm.
many locations, as far as I'm understanding, and distribution sites throughout the country. But that is the original. And so they have strong ties to the CV community and have been very kind in their philanthropic giving. So they have an entire Clark Foundation of giving that not just CV groups,
Yeah.
but really anyone
Mhm.
I'm for sure in the county, if not wider than that, can apply to receive money.
Mhm.
And so it can be for a variety of reasons. And we've been on the receiving end of that
We've
for a
had
few years
three
now.
grants from them
That's amazing.
and getting ready to write our fourth. So
Mhm.
yeah.
It's incredible.
What's the grant writing process like? Is that something you take care of?
It is. Yeah. I've done several different ones with them. It is, we're listing all of our programs. They care a lot about the volunteer hours, seeing that the community is engaged. And so we have that. We have a lot of volunteers. And it's just kind of listing out all of our programming, what we hope and dream for this money to go towards. And we just submit it that way. And they've been kind and gracious, and we are incredibly grateful for their generosity.
Very good. Well, you'll have to send them a link of your time here.
Yeah, they're getting a couple shout outs.
And, so Clark Foundation, you have great people here doing great work in CV, helping many families acclimate, find home, find comfort, and find stability.
Can I jump in and
dollars
say
go further?
one more new thing just before
Yeah,
we
Michelle
go
mentioned
further?
two
There's
things.
two things.
Yeah.
You said
I
one.
kind of head up that one. Kristen heads up the next one.
Well, are we thinking the same thing?
I think so.
The van?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's the same thing.
Mind melding here.
We're driving.
Kime Chevrolet, they are connected to the Conestoga Valley School District as well. They, he's an alumni, and his wife now teaches in the district. Their kids go to school. And so we approached them wanting to inquire about possibly like a Sprinter style van, just knowing that with our furniture ministry, it would be helpful sometimes to be able to accept donations if I could just pick them up instead of requiring a volunteer and coordinating that. And so we reached out to them, and they were able to find a van for us. Still ironing out the details of that a little bit, but we'll be wrapping that puppy with a SEEDS logo, and you'll be seeing me cruising around the county, picking up furniture.
Yeah. We'll be able to also, just even with transportation with some of our families, when there's like for refreshing recreation, if there's a bunch of families in the same hotel or something, then we can just pick them all up and head over.
That's cool.
Together. So we'll use it for furniture. We'll use it for participants as a way just to keep things moving.
Well, I would imagine, so you get a donation in, let's say you have a nice bedroom set.
Yeah.
It's got to get to the home.
It does.
And, maybe both parents are working and there's split shifts. And so just having that added component, it's about the totality of taking it and getting it in the home. So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do hope to still make use of our volunteers. That is one of the ways you can serve with us, is if you have a pickup truck or a trailer or both. That is a way that you can give and serve in our community. And so I don't want to take that away. That's a beautiful thing for families that have that, to be able to share that. And so that will still always be my first, is anyone available? And then if not, we'll turn to the van. But yeah, like Michelle said, it'll be used for more than just the furniture. And who knows what next programs will come out of it as well. So
very cool.
Yeah. So our local friend group, just to show, like you said, how many families are homeless in Conestoga Valley?
We did not list that number yet, Michelle. You'll speak
Okay.
into that.
Because it dovetails into my thought.
Yeah.
What is that?
We started the school year with 107. A month ago, it was 147.
Wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
it continues.
Mhm.
And that's
And that's
number of
just
kids.
3 or 4
not
months
families.
in.
Number of kids.
Number of kids. Yeah.
Number of kids. So I bring that up because locally, our friend group, parent group for our football team, in this issue of homelessness, this issue of need, it transcends all different demographics. So one of our star players is now homeless. And so it's like you would think, oh, star player of the football team, all is well. We had somebody on who helped out in Manheim Township, and a similar number, 100 or so kid. And you would think in Manheim Township, what could possibly ever be wrong there?
Right.
Just not the case. And so things aren't always as you seem. There's always a need.
And
it's
life
great.
happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's immune from tragedy happening that many times well beyond their control.
So it's great work that you're doing to kind of fill those gaps of
Thank you.
need in the community. So just
Thanks.
love that you're here.
Thank
Love
you.
that you're doing that. Anything that we didn't talk about, because I feel you like most prepared guests.
It's like
I see notes. I see notes.
last guest of the year, guest of the year.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an award at the next show.
Fun,
Maybe.
Can we be the first two to come back a second time with a
a two
second
for two
working
for-
mic?
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that thing. I'll figure it out.
I'm just kidding.
We could probably make that happen.
We'll write something to the Clark Foundation for proper audio equipment. No,
Yeah.
we'll get that figured out. I guarantee it's something silly.
We're used to being close to each other. We don't mind sharing.
Yes, we can share.
Perfect. Thanks for being flexible.
I'm sure it's something silly. We'll figure it out.
We're not worried.
No, we would love to have you back. We've had people back 3 times.
Yeah, I think 3 is our max.
3
right
is
now.
where we're at right
Yeah.
now.
I
And
feel
so-
like that's a good challenge that we
Yeah.
could like beat that
Once
mark.
a year. Yeah.
Well, judging by some of your goals,
Yeah.
office space, you thought you wanted to just think about it this year, you went and got it,
Uh-huh.
or think about it next year rather. You
Yeah.
went
Right.
and got it this year.
Right.
The van is going to happen from Kime Chevrolet, which is great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As a Ford guy, it's hard for me to say Chevrolet, but it's great for Kime Chevrolet. Go buy cars from Kime Chevrolet. Clark Foundation
Mm.
and all their great work.
Mhm.
Conestoga Valley home cooked, homemade
Mm.
success story. I kind of thought that's who they were connected to,
Yeah.
restaurant store. I kind of was making
Mhm.
that connection
Yeah.
in my mind.
Mhm.
Because when I used to cover our outlet store, I would drive home
Mm.
340
Mhm.
and pass it off,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
just before Route 30 there. So
Mhm. Exactly.
a big success story here in the county. So it's nice to hear these big
Mm.
success stories don't forget their roots and,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and find it in their hearts to give back. So thank you to
Mhm.
the
Mm.
Clark Foundation for
Yes, thank
continuing
you.
to do what you do. Not so subtle, hint, hint, keep giving them money. Again,
Thank
things
you.
I can say,
That's
things
right.
you can't.
That's
Yeah.
right. We
It's not
appreciate
not really good to write that in the grant,
it. No, right.
but you could point to this episode.
I could put this link in.
And then we can even timestamp it
Oh.
Okay.
right to the appeal. Hey, just pass the money along.
Perfect.
Just keep
Perfect.
pass the money.
We had no intentions, Clark Foundation. I promise you, this was not.
We're just grateful.
We're just grateful.
Well, if you don't like that part, we can also add it.
No, it's all good.
No, it's all good.
But I digress. Was there anything we missed that we just have to share?
I can't believe it's 3:00 already.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we did start late,
We did start late.
so
Yeah.
we got to give credit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of seeds, I think of just get to know your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
These participants are all neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's part of what I love about our volunteers bringing meals, that sharing a meal together is just a way to get rid of any stereotypes you might have in your
Mhm.
brain
Mm-hmm.
and connect with your neighbors and hear their stories
Mm-hmm.
as you share your story and see that. I mean, I love that Lancaster Connects, that there are so many connecting points
Mm-hmm.
and similarities in myself and my neighbor. We might have a different struggle in the moment, but their struggle might be mine later and mine might be theirs later. And so just
Mm-hmm.
get to know your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah.
And I was just going to add to what you touched on, just that everyone has a story,
Yeah.
you know, and the phrase I often say is it could be me.
Mhm.
Like we don't know. And so I would hope that the work that I'm doing would be something that we are doing,
Mhm.
would be something that, you know, if ever I need it, it's there for me. And so this is not about me. This is not about us.
Yep.
We just kind of are the passers of it onto others.
Yeah.
Love that.
Very good.
Well, thank you for the work that you do.
It's a joy.
It is.
Like it's a joy.
It is.
It's awesome.
Very good. All right. We'll go rapid fire.
Yep.
We've gotten to know Michelle and Kristen pretty well here. It's obvious they love the work they do at Seeds, and they're great human beings. But now we've got really good questions to ask.
Yeah.
So
Hard hitting question.
this is called our connection cocktail. So I'll go first.
Go for it.
Favorite book, podcast, or TV show that you're enjoying right now?
I had to think.
I was going to say this part actually made me more nervous
Oh, really?
than the whole first hour.
Okay.
So like
But I
I
thought-
was a
yeah.
little sweaty about this, like nervous. I was like,
I'm
oh.
afraid of the answer.
I mean, I just had what I came up with was I love biographies. I
Oh,
love people's stories. And so
Same.
I
the
wrote down,
Well, you have to answer something different now.
I mean, we might not have the same one. I wrote down Brian Stevenson wrote Just Mercy.
Oh,
And it's an incredible story. He's a lawyer who works on really tough justice issue cases, and he tells his story, and it's phenomenal.
Wow. Cool.
Very good.
And I'm not I often like go towards someone's autobiography and that nonfiction side of it, and often a lighthearted like autobiography. And so I'm currently reading David Chang, who started Momofuku. It's like a ramen noodle,
Oh.
highly successful restaurant in New York City. My daughter loves these noodles. And I saw this book on the shelf at Goodwill and I was like, that means something to me. Like we buy that product. And so just hearing his story, it just is intriguing to me.
And
So
what was the name of the restaurant?
Momofuku. I think it's Japanese,
Okay.
but I'm
Yes,
not
yeah.
going to speak into the meaning of
Yeah.
what it means. I
I
forget.
think it might even be a Michelin star restaurant.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
It
go.
is.
See?
With a very tough journey to get there.
Hmm.
Incredibly tough. And so I just love a good, he just worked really hard to get.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
You're
That wasn't so
welcome.
hard, right?
No.
I'm good now.
Yeah, can we breathe?
Great. All right. Dream vacation.
Ooh.
I think anywhere with mountains.
Okay.
Anywhere with mountains and a space to have a book and a cup of coffee and a fire,
Mm.
Sounds wonderful.
wherever that
blanket.
is in the world.
And
Yeah.
a blanket.
And a
candle.
blanket and a flannel.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
We keep adding to my thing.
It'll all be there when you get
It'll be there.
Yes, yes. Mine would be a beach,
All right,
tropical
there's some-
island, probably all-inclusive resort. Yes, I don't know. I don't have more of an answer than that.
Yeah.
But
You just want to get there and
I want to
unwind
see
and not have
crystal
to think
blue
about.
water.
Yeah.
Cold
I want
margarita
to
in reach always.
quite possibly. Doesn't have to be. I just like that I can have French fries any time of the day.
There you go.
And all-inclusive.
Nice.
I would like that as well. All right.
All right. Favorite local spot in Lancaster? So coffee shop, restaurant.
Yeah. I have begun just kind of as a debriefer after some long days sometimes, carrying people's stories. I have learned to love walking in our parks.
Yeah.
East Lampeter Park, Greenfield Park, just going and walking. And so and then stop by a coffee shop on the way back. But I have loved that just rhythm for myself. And I'm grateful that we have so many beautiful spaces
We
to do
do.
that
We really do.
in Lancaster County.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I have to pick like a shop, well, I'm a big thrift shopper, so
Okay.
I love me some Goodwill. But if I'm thinking of like a coffee shop, I hate to throw names out here because they're all
you have
so
to.
good.
It's all right.
But I
It's all right.
seem for some reason to get my best work done at the corner coffee shop down in Intercourse across from Kitchen Kettle.
Okay.
So I'll give them a shout out
Oh,
just
yeah.
because there's something about that environment that they make a really good London fog and I can just crank out work. So I'll give them a shout out.
That's the
Very
first
good.
shout out of them we've had. That's
Okay,
awesome.
perfect.
Very good. You've done our job.
You've survived the connection cocktail. Well done.
Very good. Ladies, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
joining
Yeah.
us.
This
We
is an
appreciate
amazing
all you do.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So seedscv.com
Mhm.
is the website. We didn't really specifically talk about it, but you certainly got the feel. Time, talent, and treasure.
Mm.
If you can donate things, if you got a pickup truck, you got young kids that can help pick things up and put things down, and you're in a position of stability and affluence and blessing, bring those kids along and have them see
Mhm.
what it's like for other people. That could be a good learning opportunity for them. If you have talents, connect with them, see what they're doing. Maybe website work, graphic design, I don't know, but those things could help them. They're in expansion mode, so maybe you can help drive that van around. But check out seedscv.com with the show notes where you might pick the show up. We'll have all the connection stuff there to connect to their great work. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, we're going to roll right into our sleep better tip really quick. And you said it, decompress at the end of the day,
That's right.
breathe, right? Breathing would be my sleep better tip. And there's some really good exercises. If you look up box breathing, there's a few different modalities of that where you're basically breathing in, deep holding, exhaling for the same amount of time, then not breathing, and then just repeating that really can help calm down your nervous system, help you sleep better at night. I definitely needed to breathe as we kicked off the show. I'm breathing better now, feeling better now, and that's how it works. You know, sleep's one of these mysterious things. You can get your finger on this issue and then like whack-a-mole, another one pops up. But if you can control your breathing, you'll feel really good, and you'll relax your body, relax all those systems, and help you sleep better. If you want great tips like that, go to Sleep Gardener's Mattress of More.com. Boy, if we had sleepbetter.com, like,
Yeah, right.
we would be like, power brokers in the mattress
Maybe it's
industry.
available.
Yeah, well, maybe. But anyway, for now, you go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, and we'll mail you a great book chock full of great tips to help you wake up happy, and do that all for free.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Testimonial time. Gardener's Mattress and More. Get a couple of Google reviews over the weekend. One from a customer named Lexi. These are simple, short, and to the point reviews. Lexi had a great experience at Gardener's Mattress. Drew was wonderful to work with, and we can't wait for our new mattress. Lexi, we can't wait to get it to you, help you wake up happy every morning. And then Rebecca just wrote excellent customer service. So
it's
short and simple, to the
a 2
point.
for guest, a 2 for coming back, and a 2 for testimonial review. I love it.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff. What's that count say? 598. All right. We'll get it to 600 here soon. Can't wait for that. Like, there needs to be celebration for that. Our producer loves when I hit those buttons. Anyway.
And just, we didn't call it out here, but Chris said Union Community Care show was 8 months ago.
Okay.
So that would have been back in April, May.
Yeah.
So go back on LancasterConnects.com, look at
Yeah.
the previous shows. You'll find it.
Awesome.
Yeah, very good. All right. We'll see you next week. Lancaster, have a wonderful, yes, thank you, Chris. Thank you for the cue. Have a wonderful Christmas. Have a wonderful holiday. Really remember the reason you're gathering with your family. The 23rd is Festivus, so air the grievances then.
That's tomorrow. I can't wait.
It is tomorrow. Yeah. So air your grievances on Festivus Day. Do your feats of strength on Festivus Day, and then go into the holidays with gratitude and carry yourself over positively into the new year. But enjoy Christmas, and we'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects.
Comments of this floated through the roof. So there you go.